This happens to men all the time. A woman has feelings for them and they're completely oblivious. She's dropping hints. She's making opportunities happen. She's doing practically everything except literally telling him, "I'm into you." And he leaves convinced she was simply being nice. Flip the situation, and some guys interpret attraction in every interaction. Each grin becomes an open invitation. Each chuckle signals, "Go ahead." They mistake simple courtesy for romantic chemistry and wind up making themselves look foolish, or worse, creating uncomfortable situations. The issue isn't that signs of interest are unreadable. Most guys simply weren't trained to recognize what matters. They're attempting to interpret a dialect they were never introduced to. Today that changes. I'll guide you through the particular ways women act when they're truly drawn to someone. Measurable, repeating behaviors grounded in psychological science and human biology. When we're done, you'll understand precisely what signals matter and the reasoning behind what they communicate. We'll begin with presentation awareness. When a woman feels attracted to you, she grows more conscious of her appearance. This typically happens automatically. Her mind registers someone who interests her, and her physical self reacts by attempting to look its best. She may play with or fix her hair. This ranks among the most recorded indicators of interest. Hair manipulation spikes noticeably when women interact with men they find appealing. She may straighten her clothes, fixing her top, flattening her outfit. Her stance frequently adjusts. She may position herself more upright, turn her frame toward you instead of away. The critical understanding here involves comparison. She's not simply touching her hair out of habit, she's doing it more frequently in your presence than with others. The indicator isn't the action alone. It's the behavioral modification that occurs when you're nearby. Interest doesn't appear identical in all women. Some grow visibly anxious around men they're drawn to. Others display increased assurance and energy. Both represent attraction reactions. When a woman feels interested but nervous, you'll observe restlessness, jewelry fidgeting, constant clothing adjustments, touching her facial area or throat. Her vocal delivery may shift. She may speak more rapidly, trip over phrases, or giggle beyond what the exchange justifies. She may struggle holding your gaze, glancing aside repeatedly, then returning. The anxious reaction occurs because interest generates internal tension. She's invested in how things unfold, which elevates pressure. It's genuinely flattering. She's anxious because your opinion matters. Assured interest appears differently. She may sustain eye connection longer than typical. She may start light-hearted challenging or witty exchanges. Her physical presence expands instead of contracting. She claims more area, moves more dramatically, and appears truly relaxed. Both reactions signal interest. Don't fall into seeking just one type. What's important is recognizing their conduct changes from normal when specifically with you. There's additionally the inconsistent approach. Some women alternate between anxiety and assurance during the same encounter. They may act bold momentarily, then withdraw into reservation. This shifting isn't contradictory messaging, it's interest she's attempting to control. When determining if a woman's interested, sometimes the most obvious indicator involves her companions. Women communicate. When a woman likes someone, her companions typically already know. And those companions frequently can't help showing it. Her friends may peek at you upon your arrival, then glance toward her. They may quietly confer or trade meaningful expressions. They may abruptly discover reasons to provide privacy. Occasionally, it's more obvious. Her friends may pose questions to you, basically screening you. They may reference her during discussion, emphasizing her positive qualities. Notice how her companions act in your presence. If they appear particularly conscious of you, if they're monitoring exchanges between you both, if they're enabling instead of preventing, it's often because they possess information you lack. When someone's drawn to you, they seek to understand you genuinely, not shallow chit-chat. They desire comprehending your actual identity. A woman being merely courteous may inquire about your occupation. An interested woman pursues further detail. Your path to that career, what you find rewarding, your aspirations. She's legitimately attempting to learn your character. Here's the revealing sign. She recalls your words. If you reference something previously and she mentions it later, that matters. She was genuinely listening. She retained that detail because it held significance. People don't memorize specifics about those who don't matter. Notice references. If she brings up previous discussion points, if she recalls your tastes and considers them, she's monitoring you. That represents focus. And focus is something we reserve for valued things. When people sense connection with someone, they automatically begin copying them. It's termed mirroring, and it's among the strongest attraction indicators. When a woman's attracted to you, she may unconsciously replicate your physical behavior. If you shift forward, she shifts forward. If you fold your arms, she does likewise. The matching occurs naturally as her awareness syncs with yours. Mirroring goes beyond body positioning. She may begin using similar speaking styles, aligning with your intensity, even synchronizing laughter. Mirroring builds connection. It conveys similarity without language. You can verify mirroring. Execute a slight movement and observe if she duplicates it shortly after. Mirroring also involves emotional expression. If you reveal something personal and she reciprocates with equal openness, that's emotional mirroring. The alignment of feeling represents one of the strongest connection forms. When we're interested in someone, we resist ending conversations. If a woman's attracted to you, she'll work to sustain discussion. She won't allow it to dissolve into uncomfortable quiet. She won't provide brief responses that stop momentum. She poses additional questions. When you complete a thought, she doesn't simply acknowledge. She seeks elaboration. She develops earlier topics. She presents fresh subjects when others conclude naturally. She volunteers personal information unprompted. Exchange flows bidirectionally because she ensures it does. She remains present. When a logical conclusion arrives, when she could reasonably depart, she remains. She discovers justifications to prolong interaction. The difference becomes clear through experience. An uninterested woman allows conversations to expire. An interested woman continually provides reasons to continue. Notice conversation restarts. If discussion appears to be ending, and she unexpectedly introduces something new, that's a restart. She noticed the conclusion and chose against it. Not every compliment holds equal weight. Standard compliments serve social purposes. They don't necessarily indicate more than basic courtesy. Interest-driven compliments are precise. They demonstrate she's noticed particular aspects of you. Rather than saying, "You're amusing," she may identify an exact comment you made that entertained her. The precision demonstrates she's genuinely observed and valued specific qualities. There's another type that's easily overlooked: playful ribbing. When a woman jokingly mocks you, pokes fun at your statements, challenges your tastes, it may not sound complimentary, but frequently serves that function. Teasing demands attention and comfort. Women don't tease men who don't interest them. If she's playfully criticizing you while smiling, that frequently represents interest manifesting through humor. Physical contact ranks among the clearest interest signals. When a woman's attracted to you, she frequently discovers opportunities for physical interaction. Gentle contact that appears potentially unintentional. She may contact your arm during conversation. She may graze you while passing. She may lightly tap your shoulder when you say something humorous. These contacts achieve multiple goals. They gauge your reaction. They gradually increase closeness. They express interest without verbal confirmation. Contact initiates oxytocin. or just once. Genuine interest manifests repeatedly. Condition yourself to observe sequences. Accumulate observations across time. Allow the complete image to develop through multiple encounters. People vary. Not all women demonstrate interest identically. Cultural origins matter. Individual character matters. Some women naturally show more expression. They contact everyone. For these women, seek differential conduct. Is she more expressive specifically with you than others? That's your indicator. Other women are inherently restrained. They don't touch freely. They don't open up quickly. For these women, minor gestures carry more weight. A woman who never touches anyone, making contact with your arm, becomes significant precisely because it's atypical for her. Situation matters too. This explains why standard behavior matters. You must comprehend her typical conduct before recognizing modifications. If you've only met once, you're missing the comparison that gives indicators meaning. Observe her treatment of others. That establishes your standard. Changes from that standard specifically with you represent what you're identifying. Eye connection represents one of the strongest attraction indicators. Eye connection builds closeness. Studies demonstrate that extended shared gazing can generate attraction feelings that weren't initially present. When a woman's attracted to you, her eye connection habits change. She may sustain your gaze beyond social norms. She may glance aside then return. There's a particular sequence, the glance in aversion, followed by return. She establishes eye connection, maintains it briefly, looks downward or aside, then redirects her eyes toward you. This sequence communicates interest while preserving deniability. Notice pupil expansion. Pupils expand when observing attractive things. It's automatic. The nature of eye connection matters equally to duration. Is she creating authentic eye connection with genuine focus, or is she looking beyond you, preoccupied? You can typically distinguish intuitively. We naturally approach what attracts us. Physical nearness represents one of the most genuine attraction indicators because it's difficult faking. When a woman's attracted to you, she'll discover methods to remain nearby. In collective settings, she'll position herself close instead of distant. When the group relocates, she adjusts to preserve nearness. She may orient her frame toward you. Receptive physical presence, directly facing you, shoulders directed your way, indicates involvement. Notice what occurs when you relocate. If you move closer, does she preserve distance or permit entry? If you change position, does she adjust to remain near? These modifications reveal her inclinations. When engaging with a woman and assessing her interest, mentally review key indicators. Presentation. Is she modifying her appearance near you? Behavioral modifications. Is she anxious or confidently involved? Social indicators. How do her companions respond? Inquisitiveness. Is she asking substantial questions? Replication. Is she matching your physical behavior? Conversation commitment. Is she sustaining discussion? Compliments. Are her remarks precise? Physical interaction. Is she creating touch opportunities? Eye connection. What's the nature and sequence? Nearness. Is she remaining close? No individual element confirms interest, but multiple elements consistently appearing generate an unmistakable picture. Rely on sequences over isolated moments. Rely on groupings over individual indicators. The objective isn't analyzing your way to relationships. The objective is recognition. When you comprehend attraction indicators, you don't need speculation. You can observe, identify sequences, and respond suitably. This recognition helps prevent two errors: overlooking genuine interest, allowing chances to pass because you didn't recognize authentic attraction, and misinterpreting courtesy as interest, projecting attraction onto women who are simply friendly. When you comprehend the indicators, you perceive genuine interest distinctly. You recognize absence of interest. You stop doubting and start perceiving. Understanding how to interpret attraction indicators holds value, but represents only partial success. The remaining portion involves becoming someone worth pursuing. The optimal method for observing attraction indicators isn't improving detection skills. It's evolving into the type of man who consistently generates them. A man possessing direction, self-assurance, and authentic interest in surrounding people. A man comfortable with himself who doesn't require outside approval. When you embody that man, indicators become clear because they'll occur regularly. You'll cultivate instinct for interest because you'll have witnessed it sufficiently to recognize it immediately. Concentrate on becoming that individual. Allow the indicators to resolve naturally. Don't abuse this understanding. The purpose isn't manipulation, it's comprehension. When you interpret attraction accurately, you can respond genuinely, advancing when interest is reciprocal, withdrawing gracefully when it's absent. That represents respect, and respect forms the basis of every worthwhile connection.